Welcome to Gaming Fixx. I'm Frank, and today we're celebrating Halloween, and pretty soon we'll have a guest host today, and her name is Jennifer Kroll, and we're looking forward to having her drop in the program, and should be really cool. We're going to talk about some Halloween stuff, and we actually had something come up that is a treat, but a little tricky. We're going to discuss that. And I hope everybody is having a great day. And this is our first time broadcasting onto, or streaming, I guess, onto Facebook, the Gaming Fixx channel, and Twitch. And right now, right off the bat, as far as Twitch is concerned, I wanted to make sure and discuss something really quick and off the bat because it's coming up. I want to let everybody know about it. So I'm going to check real quick so that we discuss this. Every year, and Extra Life is we're having a marathon, and we're hoping that people will come on and hopefully maybe make some donations to our main page, Extra Life Children's Holiday, which I participate in every year. And I'm also going to do my own broadcast, but I will be joining their stream. That's the plan. If I wasn't too late, and if I am, then we'll do something. We'll make sure that people get something. That's going to be November 6th, and I'm going to Saturday. So that means that what we're going to do is we're going to start early and end later. And I have something just happened. I'm not sure what. I think we got some chat messages. Not sure. I can't seem to bring that up either. Anyway, on November 6th, so that means that I will be there participating later in the day. So I will probably start my marathon instead of whereas everybody's starting at 8. I will probably start mine at, say, 6 and end at 6 or something along those lines. And we'll have more information for you. We do have one more we have one more episode, I think, before or the week of is the next episode that we have. So we'll do it. So without further ado, I will talk about how I got my game on today and what I played and all that. Like we do, of course, I played myself some Empire and Puzzles. So, of course, shout outs go to Make Else Up, always. You can check us out. Right now, we're in the middle of a war, and I have not contributed to that war yet, but I will. I've been working on my heroes. Did a lot of troop building. Trying to think of anything unique has happened. Probably not too unique. And yeah. So I'm the other thing that I'm doing is trying to so of course we also played Dungeons and Dragons, which is always a good time. Or Pathfinder. my Pathfinder game with my guys. It's interesting. I think I talked about this before, that they've decided that they want to escape from the game, which is always a little bit shocking. And when that happens, it's a little frustrating sometimes because you put a lot of work into writing the game, and then they basically are like, yeah, this city doesn't work for us, so we're going to leave it. And it's like you've got all the citizens in the city and they're going somewhere else. So they're really effective. I don't know. It's weird. It's like, and it's interesting because to a degree they were playing their characters because they're not because they buy things, and sometimes those things are not exactly true. Like some of those things are like there's rumors that happen from townsfolk, and so sometimes people assume that those things are actually the case. And so that's a thing that you have to consider, and it's an interesting scenario, but it's okay. And I decided that I thought it was interesting if, as they went out, they went through the standard town encounters, because they had to get to the docks, which was far. So they went to the docks, and they were trying to get because they want to find a boat, and they want to go to another island, to some other town. That's basically their plan. And so it's like, okay, cool. They're like, we want to go real fast, so we're going to take a carriage. I'm like, all right, cool. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you when there's an encounter. You can stop the carriage and deal with the encounter, or you can keep going. So like at any point in time, they could have just kept going. So in fact, they had one encounter that was really funny, where there was this encounter that they had before, where they fought this, where one of the characters, the dwarf, had fought this beast, and the beast and his manager, which is like some kind of evil priest who manages the beast for like this fair town fight kind of thing, was like, oh, hey, like they're waving them down. And it's funny because at first one of the players thought that the beast was actually like in there, and he's like, oh, I rifled through my papers. And I'm like, oh no, you haven't stopped. And he's like, oh, okay, well, I'm just like, oh, sorry, can't talk now, kind of thing. Because they just it's funny too, because they the character had already beaten him, so he just wanted his win back, basically. So it's kind of funny. And I don't know how that fight would have gone. That's one thing that I've noticed, though, as far as the play goes, is a lot of the play style seems to be the same, and that's kind of frustrating. It's sort of frustrating as far as what play style is concerned and such. But yeah, that was interesting. And then I actually decided to use my NPC, and I would love to find out from other STs what your thoughts are on that. Like, what are your thoughts when you use? Because like like if you have an accompanying NPC, and in this case you have an accompanying NPC that you might have, like for instance, I have 3 players, so I had an accompanying NPC. It's happened to the NPCs, and it's always interesting to me how the PCs react to that. So the NPC came back as kind of because he got captured and he was sent to hell, so he was damned. So he came back and he was there to mess with the PCs, but they used the same tactics that they always do, which is the guy likes to make pits because he's a witch. So he uses grappling. So he grappled the witch, and he grappled the witch, and he tries to get them off their footing. So they grapple them off their footing, and like that's their way of doing it. And then I also have my sorcerer uses a lot of grease. Not my sorcerer, but the character that's a sorcerer uses a lot of grease spells and such to knock people down and such. I had but he was always a beast. Like he was a really good he was a dire ape, the character that was with him, because I basically wanted to help him out. I wanted him to have a fighter, so I went with something silly, dire ape with a big sword. How's that work for you? Because then that way, it won't be a big fight, it won't be a problem, you'll have a lot of things to be able to help you out, that kind of thing. So he got captured and he got sent to hell. So when he came back, he had wings, and it was kind of like the scene from Pulp Fiction where he looked into the carriage and he saw them in there, and he's like, "Hey, Locke, where are you going?" Because they're leaving town. And so it was really kind of frustrating because he's like this really good fighter, but what they did is they grappled him, and since they grappled him, and the witch has abilities to just drop. The witch is the only thing in Pathfinder I've ever seen where they've actually dropped someone in where they get disadvantage. So like I actually rolled a 20 attack, but it was disadvantaged, so it was like 20 or 2, so I had to take the 2. So I don't know if you know about disadvantage, but in D&D, that's basically you roll 2d20s, and whatever is the lowest, you have to take. So that's disadvantage. And then also because of the grappling, he was like -4 on all his stats. So it was crazy. It was, or it might have been an ability that the witch had. So I don't know. Like I don't want to be a DM that runs things that are specifically against my characters. But I do want them to feel a little bit of, risk, because it's not fun if there's no risk or anything. But that's enough about that game, which I know I've been talking about for. Also, I've started Lock and Key, and this season has been really good. It's been really interesting. I started kind of getting into Lock and Key when I used to run when I was running games, and there was a Lock and Key game, and so I was kind of curious about it, and I found out that it was by Joe Hill, who's Steven Spielberg's son, and just started kind of following it. Interesting. And then I watched the series last season basically on Netflix, and it was really good. and it's really cool. I don't want to spoil anything, but basically it's about keys. The This family called the Lock family has like a they have this house that they inherited or that was always theirs, that was their father's, but their father had passed away. And so they find these keys, and these keys have these magical abilities. And it's really cool. They have like these, like there's, for instance, there's a ghost key where you take the key, you put it into a lock, you open the door, and as soon as you go through the door, your body drops, and you're a ghost, and you can go around the grounds and talk to other ghosts. It's kind of cool. There's one where you can go into your own mind and change what's in your mind. I thought that was really cool. Um, there's one that's an anywhere key that allows you to go anywhere in the world. And like last season, it was revealed that basically that they had these keys, but there was also this door, and the door would like shoot you. So there was like some villains that came through that were trying to get the keys, and I think it's been really good. I've been enjoying it. It's kind of like I think it's a young adult series, but I like it. I've really been enjoying it. I would recommend it. Yeah, so that was really cool, and time. Jennifer's running late, and I don't really know what to do about that. Um, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Jennifer jump into the chat if it'll work, and that's why I'm a little bit because I'm getting response. Hold on, sorry about this. I feel bad. I'm trying to communicate. Okay, so I was just so we'll see. My chat overlay is acting a little funny too, though. So I don't know. I may have to overlay again. Let me see. And oof. So I'm having some problems with the overlay right now. There's been so this is a new thing, and we're trying it, and yeah. So it's our housekeeping, and I noticed some people are watching for like a minute, and that's cool. I know this is broadcasting on my personal Facebook page, which it won't be next time, but this time it was because this is what we had available, or basically the right now. In fact, I am trying to upgrade the package so it will go to the page instead of just to my page, so that it's more likely people are trying to see this. But I mean, the exposure is pretty good on my page, so it's not a bad thing. But usually I would probably just do like a little thing like, hey, watch Gaming Fix on my channel. So that way people that might not be interested in gaming or, some of the other things that I do might not want to see this or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm waiting to see if I can get her at least. I don't know if I got. That's funny. I can't even share that. It's just funny. Anyway, so I don't know what to discuss. So usually what I would do is put on music at this point. I don't know. I know 3 of the channels that this is going to will be very angry if I put on Halloween music. Oh, but that is something to discuss. We are going to have the Halloween Spooktacular. It's going to be on Anchor FM, and I'm going to give more information on that. We are once again having our Halloween Spooktacular, which is going to have all of the great Halloween music that we used to do on the radio, and it should be really cool. I look forward to it. Should be a good time. And so as far as we covered Indiecade, and we're going to have an Indiecade special next week. And we're also probably going to talk about a lot about Extra Life next week as well, because we are getting ready for Extra Life. Let me talk a little bit about Extra Life. I have some time, and I'm always willing to talk about Extra Life. Extra Life, all of the funds benefit Children's Miracle Network, which our local hospitals are CHOC, Children's Hospital of Orange County, and Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. We work with Los Angeles because we're in the Los Angeles district, because I live in Bellflower. And other hosts, they also lived in LA County. So Daryl still lives in LA County. And Daryl actually, by the way, is going to we're going to do some things still, but don't know when that is, and we'll let you know. As far as Los Angeles County, so basically these are children that are affected with basically they can be terminal illnesses, they can be rare illnesses, things like this. But basically it's children that are in the hospital, and it benefits them so that way they have a better time of it, and also for doctor bills and things that they need. And we're really glad to be part of it. And basically is for 24 hours we game straight, and I'll be on the Los Angeles feed, usually am. I don't know when I'll be doing the Los Angeles feed, when I'll be gaming on the feed. I'll also be gaming on this channel, on this Twitch channel as well, and that will be I think I've decided from 6 to 6. So from Friday 6 p.m. to 6 would be, 6 a.m. would be, so from Friday or Saturday 6 p.m. to Sunday 6 p.m. So 24 hours of gaming. And we're going to I'll try and do all kinds of different games on the stream. And it should be a pretty good time. Who knows, maybe come through that we know, or something like that. And it's always a good event. The way it works, by the way, is that I will give a link for a sponsor page, and we'll be trying to raise a certain amount. Let's say, I don't know, I'll number, and we're going to be trying to raise that amount, and you donate, and then I marathon, and then all that money goes to Children's Hospital LA. And we're really glad to support it. It's been it's a good event, and it's always nice. It's one of the things that we do to help out the community, and I'm really happy to be here. All right. So as far as Halloween, uh, I guess I'm going to talk about my favorite things, and then when Jennifer gets here, she'll talk about her favorite things. She was going to come on to chat while she was getting ready, but I think the overlay isn't working, and I'm trying to fix it, and it doesn't to fix. I don't know if she's. Let me check to see if she's on Twitch or something. Because if she was on Twitch, huh? Why does it say offline? If I'm. Huh. This is concerning. Because this should be. I'm checking the Twitch channel just to see because I thought maybe she's talking to me on Twitch. No, it just popped. That's not good. And I don't know. That's not coming in properly. Let me see. That could be just bad. Hold on. Let me check. And I'm sorry we're having so many housekeeping, but like I said, this is brand new and we've never broadcasted to 3 different locations yet. Yeah. So let me see if I can find. Okay. See if I have somebody, because we may have chat, but it might be really strange. But it might be here, so I'm checking just to see if there's anybody in here. We may have chat, but it might be really strange. Okay, we don't want that to be reciprocal, so I'm going to turn this down. Okay, so that I know is working, and I know that Facebook is working because I've seen proof of that. I don't know, but I can't read chat right now because Restream isn't sending me the chat information. So when I figure that out, we'll be good. Also, just to let you all know, we have Final Fantasy on Fridays at 4, and barring no mishaps, should be on there. Where I play Final Fantasy right here on Twitch at 4 p.m. And then we'll have, and then I have every once in a while at 4 on Monday. I will choose a game and play it. Last time I played Shadowrun, and that was also right here on Twitch. So usually Monday and Friday, where I will play for about an hour roughly. On Monday, it's at 12, and on Friday, it's at 4. And my phone is now not happy either, so I don't know. This is interesting, and welcome to the show. I see someone watching. Not be for long. I don't know. But anyway, I'm all gussied up in costume. We had a plan, but as sometimes plans don't work out. It's a thing that happens sometimes. But anyway, so that is everything. Oh, of course, this T-shirt is from tpublic.com. That's tpublic/stores/gaming fix GAMING hyphen Fixx. And there you can find some lovely curated shirts, as well as a shirt just like this, another shirt with our full logo, and also we have the game shirts. Two for Pathfinder. One is like a cross between a dragon and Trask and says Pathfinder, and the other one is a dragon, and of course we have the vampire game shirt as well. So that's pretty cool. I am going to see if I can get. I don't know. Okay, so chat's working now. So I don't. I'm not sure, but nobody's on chat, so I don't know. And I don't know if Facebook is offering chat, and I'm not seeing any of these responses. I'm sorry because I'm not trying to ignore you. I just don't see them because the chat overlay on Restream isn't working. So if you're asking questions, putting complaints out, I'm not seeing them, and I'm sorry about that. So anyway, I'm trying. So basically, what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about uh, our favorite games, and we're going to talk about our favorite movies for Halloween. But it is, and I was going to talk about that about my guest host Jen, who is, had some issues in the morning. We're gamers, and 11 might be a little too early, but this is the time that I'd set in on all the promotions. So there we are. Next time it might be a little later, or we'll whatever we have to do, we'll do. We'll figure it out. Anyway, I'm going to. I guess I'll just start out talking about some of my favorite games. I know what I'll do. I will start talking about my favorite games, Halloween games, as far as card games or decks that would maybe themes that are Halloween related. So with Magic the Gathering, of course, you have a lot of vampires, zombies, ghouls, especially in black. Black is really good for Halloween. I think it's got a lot of definite flavor. You have All Hallows Eve, which is it's not quite a Power 9. It is pretty expensive. It's never been reprinted, so it's kind of on that list. I don't think it's been reprinted. And recently they have a Halloween card that is the and later eventually I'll be able to figure out graphics, and I'll be able to kind of share graphics with you. Those graphics are things like are like, just showing the cards and stuff. We have All Hallows Eve. It has like a black pumpkin in it. It's pretty cool. Also, you have the new one that just came out that's like a jack-o'-lantern. I thought that was kind of interesting. And that's, of course, in Innistrad Midnight Hunt. Midnight Hunt all by itself is a very, very good Halloween edition because it's all about werewolves and vampires and ghosts and Frankenstein and pretty much like all of the horror genre. So it's really cool. And some of the secret lairs So it's possible that Restream may not get my business. Okay, we'll see. Jen, if you happen to be the one that's watching, if you could message me and let me know, that'd be cool. If not, that's fine. So also, Midnight Hunt, like I said, is very, very Halloween centered. Very, it's very cool. And like I said, with Secret Lairs, they actually have some of the cards painted up like the old 50s movie posters, which I think is really cool. I think it's really a neat thing. Some more magic themed Halloween. Well, of course, you have Innistrad, the original Innistrad, and what is it, Dark of the Moon, which is also so like all the Innistrad stuff is very Halloween related, and then you also have, like I said, some of the legends, like Nebuchadnezzar, Avatar of Woe. She's festive. She's got her mask on. Lots and lots of cool Halloween cards in Magic. I've never seen anybody play like a Halloween block with like a special game. One time I actually did. I've tried a couple different things. One was, it was basically, it was a birthday card. It was a birthday card tournament where basically what happened is you got a card, and the card had an effect, and it had an effect throughout the game. I think it was weird. Basically, you would open the birthday card or greeting card, and it was, I think it was like for Easter or for Christmas. Yeah, it's for Christmas because so for Christmas, Angela wanted to do something, and so we're finally going to get Jennifer. I'm hoping. I Although the chat overlay didn't work, so hopefully she'll be able to get in here. Because if not, we're going to talk through the phone. That's what's going to happen. We'll do Zoom through my phone through this. I don't know. But she's almost here, and pretty soon I'll be able to bring her up, and that'll be great. But anyway, back to Magic. Oh yeah, so basically, Angela wanted to do something really cool for the shop, and so it was a really weird decision. She thought we should have a corporate Christmas party, and so we got a tree. We got it was really nice. It was really nice. And we got I can't remember, but we had Mexican food from a really nice place. I think it was probably Super Mex, but I'm not sure. And we had gifts for everybody too. It wasn't even a white elephant. It was just like if you came to the party, you got a gift. So we got gifts, and and so I think that's why I put that game together, is what I was thinking. So I don't know. But hey, if you have some weird game and you want to share it, let us know, because we would love to play it and see how it goes. And that's always a good time. Find out, if you have some weird version of Plane Chase or any game, we would love to hear about it. So definitely, put it on the chat, because even if I can't see the chat right now or hear the chat because I just used my foot and ripped out the headphones, which is fun. But I had to take a sigh for a minute, guys. All right, so this has been like a bad sitcom a little bit. Anyway, there's always technical issues. It happens. But you have some cool idea. Like one thing that I had come up with a while ago was wild magic, and that's basically sealed with magic in a bag, and then everybody is just pulling different sealed out, and then you just have like just a huge bunch of choices. Because one of the things I was thinking is, I knew it. I'm going to send in the link again because I'm not happy. Let's see. We're going to invite people. That better work this time. I'm sending it. Oh, it closed everything. That's lovely. Send it again. Control E. I'm sending restream again, and hopefully it'll actually let me add somebody to the thing here. And because Jen is trying to get in right now, which is amazing, and I was worried about that. Because it's got a lot of bells and whistles, but it's having some issues with some of the things it needs to do, like let me see chat and let me let people in who are my guests. That's an issue. Okay, it won't accept your browser. So what browser does it want? I don't know. Anyway, okay. So what I'm gonna do is we're going to Mickey Mouse this a bit, but it's what it is at the moment. And we're really gonna rethink Restream just because I'm glad I didn't just pay for it. I'll be honest with you, and I'm sure they won't appreciate that, but I don't honestly care at this point. So what I'm gonna do, which I don't like doing, is we're gonna use our old try of Zoom, and I'm gonna do a new meeting. Yes. What are you doing? What are you doing? I don't know what it's doing. I don't know. What is it? Okay, let's get off of here then. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our guest come on, and we're going to let me do that. If it will, I'll do it right now. Because this is frustrating and not great. And this is not the... Okay, so we're gonna try and do it this way because. Oh wow! All right, so of course there's a plane, and if you came in and you've been listening to this and all of the upkeep and all of that, thank you, man. You're uh, um, but like I said, if you have a different methods of playing Magic that you think are really cool, like I like Commander. My friend Greg made a really cool Dungeons and Dragons game using Magic the Gathering. That's a pretty awesome thing. Uh, okay, cool. All right, so we'll see if this works, and hopefully it does. And if it does, then we'll have a visual as a Mickey Mouse. Oh man, this is interesting. Especially interesting when you invite somebody who's part of this type of thing, and everything's working, and it's clearly not working as well on our end right now. But so we're going to try and do Zoom because the overlay doesn't want to work for some reason. It's horrible. And hopefully that overlay is actually working properly. And here we go. This is Jennifer Kroll, everybody. So this is some Mickey Mouse stuff right here. But this is what it is. And I don't know if you're watching me watching. We do have 3 viewers. I don't know where they're from because my chat overlay is not working. And they could be cussing me out right now for all I know. Hopefully you're not cussing me out. Hey, everybody. So happy Halloween, Jennifer.
Happy Halloween.
And
what
was that?
I'm a transfer student.
Oh, you're a transfer student. All right. That's cool.
So Hogwarts. Just got there.
All right.
Yay.
Yay.
Go Gryffindor. Or Ravenclaw. I'm wearing colors for both.
All right. So we already did how you got your game on, but you're welcome to go ahead and do that if you would like.
What is the premise of your game on? How
Sure. Let me explain that. So how you got your game on is basically just like, a rundown of the week of the things that you did that are gaming related, and or which is basically anything geek or game related that you might have done, or anything that you want to share. It's basically just a decompression of your week, to be honest.
Gaming related, I done a lot of stuff with Big P. Can I do like a cross promotional thing?
Yeah, of course.
Back in the Deck Productions has pretty much daily shows on Twitch at BID_P.
Mm-hmm.
So we talk about building terrain for gaming, different games that work, the sociopolitics of gaming, so what goes on around the table.
Sure.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. And I've been on the I watch it on a fairly regular basis, and it's a good show.
I know I've seen you in NP City before, so
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, so definitely check it out. I think it's really cool. And then I know Saturday you have warp tumblers, right? That's the is that every Saturday?
No, it's not every Saturday. It's generally a once a month meeting, but we did just have a session this last Saturday.
Okay.
And it was really good. So everybody should check that out in the archives.
Cool.
Next one will be coming up sometime in November. Probably not right after Thanksgiving, but more than likely somewhere around there.
Is there a show today?
Actually, there's not going to be a show today because the Cinematic Sorcerer has some other appointments to take care of. But it is just about every day, 3 p.m. Pacific time.
Okay, cool. Well, what about yourself? Like, what have you done as far as game related, or watched anything or anything like that?
That's really kind of putting me on the spot.
Well, yeah.
Other than stuff related to Back in the Deck, I play a lot of video games on my phone.
Okay, cool.
Does that count?
Yeah, of course.
I'm into, I believe it's Dress Up Time Princess. That's one of my favorites. That's really fun.
Dress Up Time Princess. Okay.
It's a really cool game. There's actually a lot of reading involved. They do a lot of classic stories and some stories that I've never heard of. So there's, I believe it's Tang Dynasty Hunter, and also Phantom of the Opera, which is
nice.
One of my favorites.
Cool.
And Little Women, and they've got kind of an adaptation of Aladdin that's really good. So great stories, great costumes. It's a lot of fun to play.
Cool.
You're welcome for the free plug.
Yeah, like I'm always talking about Puzzles and Empire, because that's what I play on my phone. So yeah, phone games are totally a thing. I try and play different things, but I do end up playing a lot of the same things. I try and play different things. We play different things on Monday at 12. You can come and play different games. This week it'll probably be a lot of independent games. Like for instance, I can't think of it, so I don't want to. But it's an independent game. We'll probably have more information about it, and definitely when we talk about Indiecade next week. So, all right. So as far as the topic, real easy. Just talking Halloween games and Halloween movies. And so basically, what I was thinking is, each of us would have 5 of our favorite Halloween movies, or I was going to do games first, actually. Halloween games. Let's kind of talk about those.
Okay. Well, some of my favorites from, I guess, probably out the way back would be, I think it's called Ghouls and Ghosts.
Okay, yeah.
I used to play on the Genesis.
Sure.
And Kingdom Hearts with Jack Skellington, because I'm a big Nightmare Before Christmas fan.
Okay, cool.
That's all I can really think of offhand, but I moved yours.
Sure. So I went across the board, because since we talk about all kinds of gaming, and it's kind of cheating, but I'll still do it. And one of the games that came to mind right away, mainly because I did a lot of work on it for Strategicon, which was it's a World of Darkness game. It's called Midnight Circus, and it's very very Halloween kind of thing where basically you're walking around as different supernatural characters, and there's all these different like there's evil clowns because you got to have evil clowns for Halloween, right? And
it terrified me.
Yeah, werewolves and uh, the different fair creatures, like different oddities, like kind of these oddities and stuff, which are from Moray. And it's really creepy, and we even tried to update it and make it a circa show. That basically what was going on is people were coming in, and it was going to be a modern circus, so they were trying to modernize this really creepy circus. So it was really cool, but sometimes it was for a convention game, and it's interesting because especially with like Strategicon, you sell tickets, which isn't a thing that happens. Like we don't do that in the West Coast at all, really. But they brought it to the West Coast when Strategicon was here, and what they'll do is like the convention. I think they charge for the convention, but it's not a lot. Like it's like $20 or something like that. But they charge for every game that you play. You have to buy tickets for, which is very different from how we play. So it's like, what?
Yeah.
So I would always, what I would do is I would draw on the tickets, like immensely. I'd be like, yeah, it's $2.50 because it's 50 cents an hour that I have to charge. So 5 hours, $2.50. Because
kind of like an old time carnival.
Yeah. It was, yeah, it was weird. Yeah, it's and they have some expensive games there too. But another game that I think is really cool for Halloween is Call of Cthulhu. That's definitely yeah. That's a fun game for Halloween. Trying to think.
Since you mentioned World of Darkness, I have to throw in the game that actually got me into RPing, and I know it's also available as a video game, Vampire the Masquerade.
Right. Definitely, Vampire the Masquerade is definitely something that you see in Halloween. In fact, I went to a Halloween game 3 years ago now in Los Angeles that a DJ had thrown, kind of like he got other people there as a like they were there, I think, playing it ironically or something. And but it was fun. Like all of us we're just playing Vampire, but there were some folks that never played that were there playing it ironically. I don't know. It was like, okay, I'm not going to interact with your character, but all right.
And Masquerade, here I am being all fantasy.
I could have just gone with it. And then let's see, we had but yeah, Vampire definitely. There's the werewolf game that I used to play, One More by Night, and that used to be at the we had a Halloween game there too, so that's kind of fun. There's been a couple Vampire games that it's also a Halloween game. It's been fun. Another really fun one for Vampire was playing on the Queen Mary. That's very Halloween feel.
Absolutely. They put on a pretty good shindig every year for Halloween.
Oh, you know what? There was the masquerade that they used to have the masquerade ball. One time, my buddy Jeff, also known as Hefe, he ran or I guess Alan put it together, but my friend Jeff and Alan put together they ran the LA masquerade, and I don't know if I think they ran the whole thing, but it might have been like kind of subletted, because it's hard to say with vampire, because sometimes everybody playing is playing and sometimes they're not. I don't remember it. It was a while ago, but it was a good time. We actually played at the Roosevelt Hotel. This was like back in the day when, like, if you played a vampire game, you'd get like 300, 400 people and like take over a large space of.
Like a city block.
Yeah. Well, I remember one time, this was funny. We were all in our trenches and we were up on top of a roof. And like, you don't think, maybe our costuming is getting a little bit too monotonous. And it wasn't, I don't think it was that long ago from Columbine. And we had this helicopter. I think it was in the middle. It was either in the middle of Huntington Beach or San Juan Capistrano. And there's, like I said, there's like 50 to 100 of us on this roof in black trench coats. And the cops are like, "What are you doing?"
Trying on here.
Like, how can we help you? So, I mean, that's crazy. Trying to think of other a real good Halloween game, although I've never played it, but definitely comes up a lot, is Friday night, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, absolutely. Five Nights at Freddy's is terrifying.
Yeah. It kind of makes me not want to go to Chuck E. Cheese.
The Resident Evil games?
Yes, definitely. House of the Dead is a good one. You ever?
I guess I can come up with several games, but they're pretty basic.
Yeah. But like House of Dead, that's pretty cool. It's a light gun game, which they're not super popular anymore, but they're a thing. So yeah. So now go on to movies. Do you have any Halloween movies that are like your go-to Halloween movies?
Absolutely. I love Hocus Pocus. Have since it first came out. When it comes to scary movies, my first scary movie, and I have to say probably still my favorite, is Scream.
Okay.
So I really love the whole Scream series. Of course, Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy is a great bad guy.
For sure.
And I was just watching a review, or kind of the recap, I guess, of Jason X last night. So.
Okay. That's the one where he's in space?
I'm sorry, what?
That's the one where he's in space?
Yeah, that's the one where they took Jason to space.
Nice.
And everybody could calm down. All he wanted was machete
back. There's a lot of movies like that where it's like this one person does this thing and then starts this huge course of events, and it's just like, if we just did this thing, then all of this would stop. We could just,
right?
Yeah.
There's a secret answer that'll stop him from his rampage. All he wanted back was his machete.
It's like, here you go.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work that way with Jason.
Because they had already taken his machete, so it was too late.
Yeah, I guess he was already kind of ticked.
So some of the ones that I like aren't like super horror. And one of them is Creep Show, because I tend to like a lot of the little serialized Halloween story type things, like Amazing Stories and Twilight Zone and such. And I really like Creep Show. It's pretty cool.
I love Twilight Zone. And I guess now that it's instead of Twilight Zone, Dark Mirror, because they're both bred from the same family.
They are. I haven't. It's really weird. I liked it. And then I was and then I played Jabberwocky. Got really into Jabberwocky because it's amazing.
Black Mirror. Sorry. Jabberwocky. Go ahead. I was correcting myself. It's Black Mirror, not Dark Mirror.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Jabberwocky was really cool. I don't know if you've watched or played it, but it's a Which Way show. It works. It's a Black Mirror, but it works off of like you pick scenes and stuff. And
so it's kind of a choose your own adventure.
Yes.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was.
I remember. I think there was one Black Mirror episode that was like that, and that was awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Bandersnatch.
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 Okay, that was a Black Mirror thing, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Something Lewis Carroll.
Yeah.
We're in the neighborhood of Lewis.
Yeah. We're really close. They're in the same phone.
I was like thinking, I don't think that's right, but I know. I mean that creature but yeah, Bandersnatch, which is really good. It's got a lot of really cool scenarios, and it's really spooky.
I've got my camera placed really low, so I think I'm going to sit down. Is that cool? Just 1 second so I can get a chair.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. So one of the ones that I like and have enjoyed, and it's because the devil character, because I think he's cool, is Tales from the Hood. I watched.
Yes.
Yeah, I like Tales from the Hood, and I just recently saw the newest one. Oddly enough, I don't think it was out for Halloween last year. I think it was out some weird time, but I watched it, and I think he's passed, because what they did this time is they had it be a twist of who the devil was, and it wasn't the same narrative that they've had for the last two. So, but I like.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about. I'm so sorry. If anybody in the chat could give us his name, that'd be great. Great actor.
And we won't know until later when we check the chats to see if there's something. But
you can't see the chat going?
I can't. The overlay is not working, and it's funny because I was going to. Like, I was like, you know what? I just got, I just got some funds. I'll upgrade Restream. And now I'm like, or I'll shop around. I may shop around.
All the things have happened today.
Yeah, the overlay doesn't want to work. And you can't get in. There's a couple things I'm not loving about this. Wait, what is this?
Apparently, I need to upgrade my browser.
Oh, that's screen sharing. Okay. All right. So that's. I just thought I'd try that. But yeah. And then I don't have a lot of slasher movies that I'm a fan of, but I will say Freddy is good. He creeps me out. There's like I'm not ashamed to say there's been some times that I've been kept up because of Freddy and not wanting to go to bed because he can get you in your dreams. Which
if you don't live on Elm Street, you're safe.
See, nobody ever told me
Right.
that. Oh, I'm good then.
To the Elm Street kid, and only because their parents killed him. So if you don't live on Elm Street, you're safe.
I didn't even know. Wow, no one told me that. I would have just been able to be like, good night, I'm going to bed then. I don't live on Elm Street. It's weird the things that will be like, okay, that's fine, that fixes it, I guess.
I hate to bring this up since I just brought up a reason to not be afraid, but did you hear about the true stories that Nightmare on Elm Street was based on?
I did not.
There were actually some kids in Japan or China or something who were refusing to go to sleep and drinking coffee and stuff all night to keep themselves awake,
and
having heart attacks in their sleep.
Oh,
they did pass out.
Right.
So those were the stories that Wes Craven heard that he decided to base the movie on.
Oh, okay.
So there were real happenings. That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
I down Elm Street.
I could make some kind of a. I mean, there's no way to guess what street they might live on without it sounding blatantly racist, really.
It's best not to do that.
Right. So we had something come up that I wanted to talk about today that's actually it's both within our wheelhouse, being involved with not just gaming, but the ability to affect some social change and to be able to help the community where we can and to make the community better by encouraging, basically acting, treating people well, not gatekeeping, all of these. I know that we all agree on that. So
all stuff we believe in.
So one of the things that was brought up, or that we've talked about a lot on Gaming Fixx, is the issue of broken stairs. Now, do you know about broken stairs?
I'm not sure that I do.
All right, so I know you've LARPed a little bit, but not really on this, right?
I LARP, yes.
Oh, but you have LARPed on a regular basis before?
Yeah.
Okay. So what a broken stair is basically, it's that person that is a problem or has caused problems in the past, that what happens is instead of the LARP taking care of that person, and I don't mean like metagaming, I mean like being inappropriate, stalking, harassment, abuse.
So problem players rather than problem characters.
Correct. And what a lot of LARPs do is they use a broken stair method, which is basically like, it's just expected that the players will point that person out so that way there's no problems. So the idea is locking down into a basement, someone will point out, oh, hey, be careful, you don't want to trip on this stair.
Right. Okay.
Okay,
so kind of pushing the responsibility off on the players.
Correct. And obviously, we've been campaigning about doing something else other than that, like taking some responsibility as a actually fixing the problem as opposed to just let it linger forever and just be like, oh yeah, we have like 6 people that they cause problems, but it's okay, we just point them out, that kind of thing. But
Right.
I just read today that One More by Night, the one of the coordinators has decided to actually take action, and I wanted to for that. What she's doing is she's got a document going, and she's asking players for incidents and problems so that she can actually log them and figure out where the issues are so that it actually can be taken care of. So I thought that was really cool. And I wanted to say something about that because obviously I think there should be some kind of due process in that situation, but I think it's a good, it's a great step forward.
Well, I personally think that the most important part of handling issues like that when they come up is clear communication on all ends. And one of the major problems that I see is that nobody actually addresses it to the problem player. So problem players don't even know necessarily they're causing an issue.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They might just be goofing, and their goofs can come off as offensive.
Right.
And then they don't even know that they caused offense.
Right. Well, yeah, because like I know there's some awkward players that they might, like for instance, they might end up always blocking somebody and not realize that they're in someone's way, something like that. Like just as an example, like there's things like that, because in the community there are people that just aren't aware of space, social norms, just some things like that. That yes, I think you're right. I think clear communication would help a lot of that. And I think that clarity would be good because then if you have somebody's really a problem, the focus could, you know, bigger issue.
Right. Right. In the cases of stalking and stuff, some people just need to be reinforced that no means no, and if someone has said no, back off, and if things change, they'll come to you.
Right.
But but you need to let it lie.
Yeah.
And that's one thing. But I mean, like can I say something that might be off color?
Yeah, of course you can.
In one of the last LARPs that I played in, me and another girl had a joke about shotgun sodomy.
Right.
As a way of taking care of our enemies.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we thought it was funny, and nobody ever approached us and said they had a problem with it. But I could totally see someone having a problem with it.
Yeah.
And being triggered by it. And again, it was just a goof.
Sure.
That we wouldn't have known was upsetting people around us because, again, nobody came to us and told us. But had somebody come and said something about it, I mean, we would have been totally apologetic. We would have totally dropped, because we were just having fun. We didn't mean to offend anybody.
Right, right. And that's like half the Sabbat jokes that go around, that people just like, especially like if you're playing, like I said, if you're playing Vampire Sabbat, because you're playing Inhuman, so you think that there's a lot of things that you could say that are acceptable that at the same time could definitely be an issue. Like throwing and whatnot. So yeah, I totally, I get what you're saying with that for sure.
wondering whether I should clarify, but I think I'll just let everybody's imagination run wild as to what shotgun sodomy means.
Right. Yeah. We'll do that. But yeah, there's all kinds of, because of the inhuman nature of like in vampire games and stuff, where people playing, like, we've had a lot of issues in the past. It's not really as much, but back in the day, there used to be people that would, like, I don't think it's been a lot. It probably hasn't been a while. But people in vampire games that would come dressed in full, skin regalia and be like, yeah, well, I'm just a bruja.
Oh, yeah.
Or yeah, and it's like, for one, we're right next to the police station, so what the hell were you thinking? Too. It's like,
yeah, when people LARP, they get into it, and I mean, if you look at the costumes that are portrayed in the book, absolutely fair game.
It is, but at the same time, I think you also just need to sometimes set boundaries and rules in your game to stop that type of thing too, and say, hey, this is something.
That's up to I was going to say, that's up to the GMs to take care of.
Yeah.
I mean,
or the organization, depending on how your thing works.
Yeah. And again, setting the boundaries in the first place, then approaching people across the line.
Right. Yeah, you set the line and then you say, hey, the line's over there and you're well past it, so we need to have a conversation.
You're making people uncomfortable. Something needs to be done.
Right. So yeah, so I know I hate to bring it down talking about this. It's our Halloween episode, but I don't know. Did you have anything that you wanted to discuss before we go? Since it's I just don't have anything else. But if you have something.
I'm not sure. Since we were talking about movies, I could talk about my experiences, the El Capitan, going and seeing Nightmare Before Christmas every year. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
I really enjoyed not only going to the movie for the movie itself and for all of the memorabilia that they gave out at the El Cap, but also because I was able to take my godson to go and see the movie. So I was able to kind of introduce another generation to something that I love.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And Nightmare Before Christmas is definitely family fare, so, it was safe.
Oh, for sure. Well, talking about Nightmare Before Christmas is, I will say one thing that I really do enjoy is the Haunted Mansion Nightmare Before Christmas. I really like doing that. I don't know how many times I've been just specifically for that. I used to take my friend to the when I had a Disney pass, and we went like every other day or something like that to to a couple rides, but always the Nightmare Before Christmas ride, because it's just really cool the way that they do it. And being a fan, I'm sure you've gone.
Oh yeah, and it took a while for Disney to claim Nightmare Before Christmas, but I was, they always really put on the dogs, so I was impressed when they did. Always took pictures of like Jack on the archway.
Yeah. I'm thinking I was thinking about Halloween Haunt. I've gone 2 times. The first time was strange, and don't ever take somebody who doesn't want to go or is really affected by the monsters. That was really, really different. And then when I went the second time, that was really cool. Although it's really weird because they will tall people. The monsters are really attracted to people that are taller because they figure if they can scare you, it's fun or something. I don't know. But
well, I guess if they can scare the tall person in the group, then everybody else will scatter too.
Right.
But one of the good things about Halloween Haunt is they did observe the rule of the monsters don't touch anybody.
Right.
They'll follow really, really close behind you, but they won't actually touch you. Although I had several monsters getting decked. So all of you out there who are going to haunted houses and stuff, remember the monsters won't touch you. Please don't touch them.
Yeah, they're. I've worked as a monster, and it's, it's not cool. And also, we talk to each other too. So like, if you think that like you got one over on one of the people that are, on a monster or something, then understand that there's security, there's all kinds of things. So just don't mess with it, and just don't attack people. You know how they say, don't be a dick.
I know it's instinct, it's a gut reflex sometimes, especially if they're right up in your space when you turn around.
Right.
It's all in good fun.
Yeah.
Don't hit anybody.
Right. Just stop. Well, like I was thinking about going to haunt, but there's two things I was concerned about. One is walking, and standing. But the other thing that concerns me is if one of those people chased me and then I just stop because I'm winded or tired or something, and I just would hate for someone to get hurt because, I don't want to get hurt either, because like if they stop, obviously they're going to keep going, and then I'm going to, I don't love that as an idea, being in.
Oh, if you come to a sudden stop, they might slam right into you, but I don't think that they will have meant to.
Exactly, but that's the thing. So I'm just like, I don't want to take that chance. So I don't think I'll probably go. And I don't want to free will it in a wheelchair either. So I don't think I'll go. But it was one thing I've been thinking about going to is Rocky. I don't know if there's any showing here though.
The Rocky Horror Picture Show has always, well, for a long, long time, since I was like 16, has had a special place in my heart. I don't know where there are any current showings because a lot of those midnight movie places have changed to different movies.
Yeah, like I know Midnight Insanity, I don't think is operating anymore, and I think the one that used to operate, well, that's in LA, that's too far anyway. And then I think there's one in Orange County, but I don't know if they're doing it anymore either.
I'm sad to hear that Midnight Insanity is no longer going. That they were my Rocky.
Mine too.
I actually worked security for them.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I was on the girl side security.
Did you know Bob?
Oh, yes, I knew Bob. Rest in peace.
Oh, really?
That's what I heard. Sorry if I'm wrong. If you're still out there, Bob, I'm sorry that I heard rumors about your demise.
Yeah, and I can't talk about the things in line and stuff because it's totally inappropriate on here.
But if you are still out there kicking, then I'm glad the demise were greatly exaggerated.
Yeah. And also, if Midnight Sanity is still going, we're also sorry.
Again, the rumors of your demise have been greatly exaggerated.
Yeah, we just started talking and didn't really do any research on this part of the conversation, so just I don't know.
Yeah, this is all completely, no research has been done.
I'll probably have to, one thing I guess I could do, and if you're looking for a show, probably LA Weekly would be a good place to find something, maybe. So I kind of want to do something for Halloween.
If you're in that area, if you're local, OC Weekly, LA Weekly would probably both work.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if we have. I don't know if we have any viewers further out. Also, I don't know how this is going to play on the podcast side of things, because it's been a pretty visual show, and hopefully they can hear you. I can probably turn you up a little bit, but
am I coming through
no.
Okay.
It's just like I could do this and put you on the mic, right? But then you're not seeable as a thing, so it's kind of a
on your phone.
yes.
Help! I'm trapped in a little box.
Yeah, you have been. Well, like I said, we have Indiecade coming up. We'll have that next week, and just another plug for tpublic.com/gaming-fixx, and there you can find all of these. You find shirts like this, as well as our main shirt and our Three Troops shirts, as well as some fairly good curated stock, different genre, especially if we're doing that on the show. And my phone's about to die too, so I guess we are definitely about ready to go. You can also help us out with patreon.com/realgamingfix, and for any donation at all, there's all kinds of things that we're going to be doing. We have available, including to Ultimate Showdown, which will eventually be coming back. But now that we are almost fully video, I have to figure out how that's going to work, and it's going to be. It probably won't be super complicated, but I still have to build the interface and such for the questions and such, and make it interesting because it's more visual. But Ultimate Showdown is our game show, and we've had one episode of it. It was pretty, but now we kind of I have to go back and retool it a little bit, because now that we're mostly a visual show with the podcast component. So anyway, happy Halloween, everybody, and thanks for watching.
Wait,
what?
Don't you want me to say where you can find me?
Go ahead.
You can find me in NP City, which is the Twitch chat for twitch.tv/BID_P, which is the Back in the Deck Twitch channel. And I'll be there as Clever Little Vixen. And you can also find me working for Funds for Phantom, which is available online at PHUNDSFORPHANTOM.com, which is a nonprofit. So check us out.
Do you have anything else?
I can be reached for emails at cleverlittlevixen@gmail.com. So if you want to contact me there, go ahead and drop me a line.
All right. Sounds good. All right.
Thanks for tuning in.
Bye, everybody.